So Govee just came out with a couple new outdoor products that I'll be covering in today's video to see if they might be worth adding to your ecosystem. Now you've got to hand it to Govee. They already have by far the biggest selection of outdoor SKUs to choose from of any company out there, but that doesn't stop them from taking risks and trying new things. The first product I'll be taking a look at is their all-new outdoor lamppost, and this is definitely the biggest box I've ever seen from them. Opening things up, you first have the ground stakes that if you use this outside, you'll want to drive into the dirt to help support the light. Next, you have some of the metal framing for the structure that I'll be going over here shortly and how to set up. The kit also comes with some screws in case you want to anchor it to the concrete instead of the ground. You have some other hardware for assembly. Further down you have the assembly instructions, a couple more tools, a water bag that you can place over the frame to help weigh it down for temporary installations. You get 3 extension cables in case you need to install this far away from an outlet, a 24 volt 1.5 amp power supply, and finally the main event, this very large UFO looking lamp that has a lot going on. First you have your 9 RGB LEDs, times it by 6 for a total of 54 LEDs just for your color mixing. Then closer to the center pole is where your dedicated warm and cool white LEDs live. It has 3 infrared sensors that turn this into a motion activated light plus 3 brightness sensors. And this is definitely built to withstand the outdoor elements because it has an IP66 waterproof rating, a V0 fire rating, and an F1 UV rating. A couple other things I'll mention is that this is their brightest product ever at over 2000 lumens, it's a little over 8 feet tall when assembled, and it's compatible with the usual smart home solutions as well as Maher. Now despite how big this is, getting it set up is very easy. There's 2 bottom pieces that come together to form an X. Then you have one base metal pole that has a square at the bottom that you can attach to the X frame with 4 of the small screws. Next, take the lamp and attach one of the extension cords to the unit like I'm doing here. Then grab one of the metal frame pieces and feed the cord through it so that you can attach it to the lamp and secure it in place with 2 of these little guys. Do the same thing for the next 2 sections. The last step is to feed the wire through the base unit and then attach the 2 sections together. At this point, I thought I would first test things out in my basement to get a feel for the functionality, but my ceiling wasn't quite tall enough for me to set it up right. So I ended up removing one of the metal sections, which I'll put back on later when I test things outside, but for now it's able to fit. I'll first go over some of the solid colors, and this certainly fills up the room. If you remember, colors are coming from the lights around the perimeter of the lamp where there's a total of 6 different sections which provides complete 360-degree coverage. If you want to access the dedicated white LEDs, click on the illumination icon and this will then activate the LEDs under the lamp around the pole, which are your white diodes. Now as far as I can tell, you can either have the RGB lights on or the dedicated white LEDs. It does not allow you to have them both on simultaneously. Moving on to scenes, and this is going to take advantage of the 6 different zones and put together colors and animations. And under natural, there's one scene called Seasons, and this was probably my favorite because it gives you the best idea of the type of transitions you can expect since it's easy to see each of the zones changing colors. Now one of my favorite features of the lamp is the built-in motion and brightness sensors. To activate these, click into settings and then either go to motion mode or brightness sensor. For the motion sensor, it'll let you select the time period you want this enabled, how long it stays on for, sensing distance of either close, medium, or far, set the brightness, and then you can choose what you want to turn on if motion is detected. I'll just keep it at regular white, but if preferred, you can choose a color, a scene, or a DIY that you set up as well. This worked perfect every time, and there's literally hundreds of different reasons why you'd want this, so it's definitely nice it's built in and doesn't require any extra accessories. Like most Govee products, there is a DIY section that allows you to create your own animations. So if you don't find the perfect one in scenes, this will allow you to come up with your own style. You can choose your own colors, the speed of the animation, the type of movement, and then save it when you're done for quick access later. We'll go over some outdoor footage here soon, but let's first take a look at the second product that I can almost guarantee is going to be a huge success for them, which is their outdoor up-down wall light. I already have their first gen wall lights on my house and those have been awesome, but this is going after a completely different consumer that wants the more high-end luxury look that wall wash lighting provides. Opening this up, it comes in one solid piece. It has a light source at the top and bottom as well as a diffused lighting panel on either side, and then on the back it has your live and neutral lines for connecting this to your main power. This definitely has a premium look and feel that'll look great on any house, and I'm excited to get this set up. As far as the mounting hardware, it's pretty standard for this type of thing and shouldn't be too difficult to get installed, which I'll go over here in a bit. So going back to the lamppost, and I wanted to test things out in a variety of different locations as well as a few different use cases. And this is for sure going to be more of a niche product, and I doubt there'll be many reviews of this on YouTube, so hopefully I can give you a few different ideas on where I envision this being utilized at my place. Now, one reason a product like this would appeal to people is the motion and brightness sensor. As I come up to my front door, the light automatically turns on, letting me easily see the lock, but this would also work good as a security measure if anyone approaches your front door at night. Here I have it set up on the side of my house, and again, it could be used to detect motion like I have it set up now. Or if I create any scenic dream view down the road, this will add an extra element of light that's able to fill up a large space not only on the wall, but also the ground. So what's perhaps most impressive is not only how bright it gets, but it's crazy how big of an area this is able to light up. This shot of our playground is a great example of this in action, and in the summer, if my kids are wanting to play outside after dark, this will definitely be coming out. And if they have their friends over, I can almost promise you turning on some of these scenes at night will definitely be something they remember and talk about when they get older. One of my favorite childhood memories growing up was playing night games with my family. Whether it was kick the can or just playing catch with the football or kicking a soccer ball around, we oftentimes would bring out a couple floodlights on a Friday or Saturday night to have some fun. And this example does a great job again of showcasing just how bright and how much space the white light is able to put out. And I'm for sure going to be trying to figure out a way I can attach the light to one of our trampoline's posts, because once you get it higher, it definitely lights up the entire area. And one of the many benefits of living in the country with some land is that your neighbors won't call the cops on you if you're out jumping at 1 in the morning. But my guess is that most people will be buying this to put it on their deck or patio. Here I want you to not only pay attention to just how bright the deck gets with just this one light, but also take a look at the grass behind to get a better feel for the area this covers. Then when I turn on Govee's outdoor string lights with the lamppost, it takes everything up a level to the point where I'd definitely be turning the brightness down. Switching back to the up-down wall lights, make sure to turn your power off at the breaker before working on this, or hire a professional if you're not comfortable. I'm taking the old unit down, and I realize that the mounting hardware is the exact same, so it's as simple as me swapping the wires to the new light and mounting it the exact same way as the old one. Fast forward to nighttime, and this is a great side-by-side comparison of the different effect this has compared to the other style they offer. And once I get my hands on 4 more of these, I'll set them all up and do a quick video update. And here's another good example of the differences between the two, and I know a lot of this will just come down to personal preference on what style you like best. Now because you have the lights at the top and bottom, and then the diffuse lights on either side that can be controlled, the different lighting effects are more dynamic compared to their other style. So wrapping things up, I know these up-down wall lights are going to be a hit, but what I'm curious to see is if there's actually a market out there for people wanting a very bright outdoor lamp with built-in sensors and some fun RGB color options. But at the very least, it certainly does what it's supposed to do, and it does it very well. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I hope you have a blessed day. In the fading light, my thoughts drift to you every night, 'cause there's something there I recognize. A flicker turning into fire, but it never lights, 'cause I know once I cross that line, you could change your mind. And I don't ever wanna see you cry. So